We forecast that South Sudan's construction industry will grow by 0.4% by the end of 2022, followed by 1.1% growth in 2023. South Sudan's construction industry should recover at a steady rate over the coming years, after a 7.7% contraction in 2018. Rising oil prices and production, continuing improvements in South Sudan's business environment, and investment into regional connectivity will be supportive of growth. South Sudan has initiated several construction projects in the last year and significantly completed the construction of Freedom Bridge that was inaugurated by the president earlier this year. That is a sign of good things to come from Africa's youngest nation. In this video, we enlighten you about 5 mega projects currently undergoing construction in the country. But before that, please do subscribe for future updates. Nile Petroleum Building. Nile Petroleum Corporation Limited, NILPET, was established in 2003 under the Civil Authority for New Sudan to link the oil companies with Civil Authority for New Sudan and the then civil government in the liberated areas of southern Sudan. It controls all the oil-related activities in the entire country. South Sudan currently has no domestic refining capacity and relies on imported petroleum products from Kenya and international markets. With the current demands and buoyant market for petroleum products in South Sudan high, construction of refineries becomes an important undertaking of national strategic interest. The NILPET building is one of the tallest buildings emerging in the city and is expected to host the joint operating companies, joint ventures, and all the subsidiaries of the corporation. The administration of NILPET has stressed its commitment to making sure that the headquarters building is accomplished within the second half of the year 2022. 4. Juba Thermal Power Station. Juba Thermal Power Station is a 33 MW diesel fuel-fired thermal power plant in South Sudan. The power station is being expanded to generate a total of 100 megawatts, over 3 times its power capacity before the estimated expansion. Juba Thermal Power Station was developed and is operated by the Ezra Group of companies based in Eritrea. The plant, which opened in November 2019, serves about 100,000 households and is the first phase in a larger plan to bring 100 megawatts of new power to the world's newest country in the near future. The Ezra Group plans to spend $290 million in building generation capacity of 100 megawatts in South Sudan over the next few years. The government of South Sudan is expected to pay back that loan over the next 17 years, using funds generated from electricity sales to individuals, businesses, and factories. President Kiir flagged off the construction in 2019. 3. Juba-Bargazel Road. The construction of Juba-Bargazel Road has hit major highs and lows since its commencement in 2019. Initial phases of the project were swiftly washed away by heavy storm earlier last year and since became stagnant. Speaking to journalists in Juba following a cabinet meeting on Friday, Information Minister Michael said the government has decided to allocate $713 million for the resumption of the project and to also compensate citizens affected by the project. The government, through the Office of the President in 2019, granted contract to a Chinese road firm, Shandong High Speed, to construct a 392 highway connecting the capital Juba to the greater Bargazel region, as well as the oil-rich Unity State. It is reported that the initial phase that was interrupted by torrential rains had costed the government an initial $44 million. The estimated time of completion is unclear, however. Work is said to be advancing well without much obstacles this time. 2. Juba-Bargazel Railway. Uganda and South Sudan have resolved to fast-track plans to immediately build a modern railway line linking northern Ugandan's Gulu City and Juba via Ninule. The 208 kilometers high-speed railway line is to be constructed by a German company, Jar Thormalm Schweibtechnik, which has presented its feasibility study. Construction of a stop hub is underway in Gulu. The hub will act as a center for consolidation of goods transported through road from northern Uganda, South Sudan, and DR Congo, by putting at disposal of traders a series of container and break bulk handling and storage facilities to be built within its boundaries. Construction works were first announced in 2008 when South Sudan was not yet an independent state. A series of high-profile problems prevented it from materializing back then. Now it is a real possibility. The Gulu-Juba line is estimated to cost $800 million. 1. Wow Dam construction. The Wow Dam construction is by far the biggest construction project in South Sudan. It is estimated to cost a whopping $1.2 billion, which is the most expensive South Sudan project ever undertaken. Egyptian Ministry of Irrigation announced that Egypt signed a technical cooperation protocol with South Sudan to prepare a draft for feasibility studies for the construction of the multi-purpose Wow Dam in South Sudan. The dam project will be on Siwi River, one of the main branches of the Jur River in western South Sudan, flowing through the Bahr-el-Ghazal and Equatoria regions. The multi-purpose Wow Dam project in South Sudan aims to generate 10.40 megawatts of electricity, in addition to providing drinking water to about 500,000 people and benefiting from water in supplementary irrigation for about 30 to 40,000 Fedans. All technical and economic studies were completed and handed over to the South Sudanese side in a huge workshop held in the city of Wau, in the presence of government officials, technicians, representatives of civil societies in the state, and some investment companies in February 2015. This project comes as part of Egypt's efforts to achieve stability for the people in the region by solving drinking water problems and protecting them from the dangers of floods, such as the cooperation between Egypt and Tanzania to build the Ruvinji Dam. Thanks for sticking around to the end.